Remember this at the end of Insomniac Spider-Man 2? Well, I thought it was really cool and really close to the art style I've been planning on making for the last, I don't know, year or two? So when I saw this in a Let's Play, because I can't afford a PS5, I took it as a personal challenge. And after getting what I wanted for my latest videos, I decided to finally show up Insomniac, the company that created Ratchet & Clank, being still my favorite game nearly 20 years after first playing it. I'm putting a whole new meaning on rose-tinted glasses. Oh yeah! Transition. This is Extra Human, heavily inspired by Ratchet & Clank, although Infamous and Prototype and Just Cause are also pretty awesome, and had a hand inspiration in the game with My Hero Academia. And yeah, I watch anime. I fell in love with the show with the first episode after my curiosity was piqued by my friends and my skeptics. Just pick a show, watch the first episode. If you don't like it, then now you know you don't like the show. Easy. So the first problem in flexing on this art style in my underwater action adventure game, inspired by all those epic games, is I have no idea what I'm doing. I've been a solo indie dev for about a year now, full time, and I don't have a team with me. I don't have any specialties because I've just needed to jack of all trades it. So I've figuratively been smacking head against the wall of Unity game engine, trying to figure out why you and everything no work, and slowly making progress bit by bit. And I mean, I feel like I started this a few months ago, but it's already been a year. Time just went whoop. But like most indie devs, I've never actually tried creating my own art style before. But I recently created a trailer for Extra Human, although I haven't released it due to navigating the world of legal bullcrap. And I decided to make the art style to make the game look more better. Now, I may have no idea what I'm doing with this art style, but I do know that if you're here, you like Spider-Man, or you like me, an Extra Human. Please say the second one. The more people that press buttons, the less I need to worry about the ever-approaching threat of getting a job, and the more I can focus on inspiring people to follow their own dreams. Yeah! Okay, but how in the world do you recreate something like this? Well, first, I don't want to straight up rip this from Insomniac because the video would be 2 minutes long, and I wouldn't exactly be doing flexing on Insomniac anymore, but getting flexed on. The other reason is because my goal is actually to combine a whole bunch of things, like Spidey's free-tone toon shading with specular and rim lighting, but keeping the hard color tone of the toon style with the lighting, so there isn't this artistic contrast. Then add the color artiness, like the Zelda part here, that looks pretty similar to Ace Roller's improved Kuwahara filter. I don't have to paint every texture map I have to get the custom artiness. Woohoo! With the customized color poppiness of Neffy over here, Spidey has the same thing with this purple secondary shadow, but Neffy's more interesting, so shh. Then add texture maps like Dino, and add custom artifacts of Neffy and Spidey here for that flair. Overall, I want my game to look like the concept art of Ratchet & Clank, since this and the Nefarious Station is what gave me this art idea in the first place. And as an extra requirement, keep everything running smoothly, since this computer does not have an integrated graphics card, and AC's filter running at real time kinda destroys my performance. There's the planning set. Now how the fool am I gonna make this work? Okay, so the Spidey style is actually Toon 3-tone shader, which has this base color, a shade color, a secondary shade color, specular shininess, and rim lighting. Who knew making colors go less would be so complicated? It's almost like rendering digital assets is hard or something. That's how this really smoothed out lighting part is made. And I found Zelda tutorial with a great example of the hardcore color not hard-coded, hard color, specular, and rim lighting. Problem, it uses the universal rendering pipeline for Unity. I use the default built-in pipeline so that I can have working water in a game that takes place underwater, which is kinda important. And the video's already updated. Wow. There's one thing shot down. You know what that means? It's time to cry to Mr. Weefy because I don't know. And that video was the only one I could find that stood out and had the free tone stuff I wanted. So about a day or so and a bunch of YouTube videos later, some people would call this type of research just binge watching YouTube and call it lazy or procrastination. But look, mommy, look what I found. YouTube video showing off the fact that apparently Unity has its own extremely versatile toon shader. How did I not know this thing existed? At least not this good. I saw another Unity toon shader that kinda sucked, and I assumed that was all they had. Now I gotta get and figure it out because it's on GitHub, and I don't use GitHub unless that's like the only way for me to get something because of my unknowingness that some people would call living under a rock. I gotta figure out how to get this into Unity as well. So after going here, 1 and 2 to get that, move it into the project's package files, and then importing it for Unity. Haha, it's in and no import problems, unlike the chaos that ensued while getting the packages to make a VTuber lip sync. If you being that don't knows and is curious, this is it. That's the video there. Or description. One of the two. Now, I don't know about you, but I blame the problem on not me. Okay, here's what it was. Now to assign the material and to go. Huh? What is this? Oh, I did a big brain. It has no shadow settings, so we'll set it to unlit with no shadows at all. Then make a shadow color. Now it's 2-tone. Then another. Bam! It's 3-tone now. Then adding specular lighting and the scale normal map back in. Bam! 3-tone with normals and speculars. Then a little rim lighting and some extra stuff and some outlines because of reasons. And woohoo! Toon shading done. And here's a comparison. I did want to do something like my style's outline taper, like, but I couldn't find that out after like half an hour, so this is fine. Next, moving on to the next thing. Now, for performance and artiness, so that I can playtest the game, I can bake the cool horror effect into textures. That way, I don't need to worry about the rendering time. So I can do AC effect in my textures. So can I do AC effects into my textures with GIMP or something? Spoiler, no. I was stuck on this for a really long time, and after about a day of closely examining Mr. Wi-Fi in a calm, non-crying way, I found Blender 4.0 has a cool horror mode. I looked past this video like 3 times and thought it was nothing. I stand corrected and smacked, and since this node is rendering based, I can bake it into the textures. Blender 3.0, who? It's update time. Problem, before, after, does basically nothing because this isn't a realism based style like AC1 and 2. So like he definitely said in his video, you don't get the cool horror mode. Try harder. Rat roll. I want an artistic feel, but I have one last idea. Oh, stay stable. After turning back the real-time filter back on and back to doing testings and comparing it with and without, it does look slightly better, but not that much of a difference. I can add it when I have like a functioning GPU, but this isn't too bad compared to the goal. So with the checklist, we have 3 tones with specular and rim lighting, and flexed showed up in Insomniac games, at least in the lighting department. So that's a big check mark there. No Kuwahara or autistic artiness, because not enough big input packed for baking in Blender, given the pre-stylized style and performance hits of the real-time rendering. But there's a customized shade color even without Kuwaharaing. We got the scale texture with Unity's Toon shader, so thank you Unity. I can do the artifacts whenever I want in Blender by literally just adding small objects and adding it to a bone that will follow the player's animation. But since that really just serves to boost the effect of the Kuwahara-ness, I'm gonna go drop. Bye bye. So overall, this is a fail. And does not look like concept art, but it is better than the standard shading from before. So that's it. Here's my shader. Now I gotta go Sonic mode and record this and edit, because it's already Sunday and I'm this close to missing my weekly upload goal. So scripting eating gonna go boing, and I gotta finish this video so I can edit it. Thanks for watching, and guess I can do a part 2 now, showing when I actually get it working how I wanted it to with the GPU. Or I can add this as a performance setting in game, so you can play with low system requirements and still be able to get the good looking requirements and lookings on higher specs. Awesome. Okay, bye bye. Recording / editing time. Ha!